Hajj module full review. Hajj module in surehajj is a comprehensive full solution to the Hajj management in travel agencies. Enjoy the video. In this video, you will have a high-level description and overview of the Hajj module, then a proposed logical steps to start the full utilization. Welcome to surehajj tutorial video. This video is about the Hajj menu overview. As you can see, the menu shows a list of buttons and drop-down menus on the top. I will go through these buttons from left to right. First of all, what is that menu? This menu covers all aspects of the Hajj procedures and data in surehajj. Actually, it covers the season activity, the full season activity. Let's start from left to right, showing what each button is. The first one is a drop-down menu and is called application. What is application? Actually, what is a Hajj application? A Hajj application is what corresponds to the customer file. It's the account. So a customer file could be for a family composed of one or more passengers, and that's exactly what the application is. It's a file containing one or more passengers, which are the Hajjis. Now, the first menu, submenu, covers all aspects of the application. So it maintains the application, allows you to take all action regarding the application, printing the invoice, entering the data, sending emails, everything related to the application, including the accounting, in that option. Second option is about emails, sending group emails. So you may select group of passengers or group of applications and send them one email type to perform certain activity. When I say email type, I mean an email template, and this is something that you can define. It's a fully defined and controlled by user. You can define as many templates as you may want, and you can select any targeted applications to send any of these templates through the group email. The topic of the email template is quite big topic and will take a separate video by itself. And this is one type of the emails, by the way, which is about the installment status. So if you deal with your customers payment wise in installments, this email will be very useful to you. And again, it's a template that you design the way you want. Upload the photos. You can upload all the pictures, passport pictures, and the passengers' photos. You can upload them to the website where the users can access them from the browser online. You can design here the Hajj contract. So it's a template that you can design the Hajj contract and print it and save it and even email it to the different applicants. This is in summary the menu of application, and each one of these topics will be covered in one or more separate videos. The second menu is about the operations. What is the operation? Simply, the operations contains all the actions that you guys do regarding your business during the Hajj season. This operation is a drop-down list as well, and from it you can see you can perform the roaming. You can define the roaming in a very nice way and very easy way. I know this is a big problem, but you will see in a separate video how easy it is to perform the roaming in surehajj. Next one is to assign the passengers to tents, and this is click and just few clicks of the mouse and you can do the job. You can assign as well the passengers to the ground transportation, whether it's a bus, whether it's a train, whether it is minivan, whatever the ground transportation is. You can here assign the passengers to flight routes, and the flight route will be defined shortly. It's basically the flight, a ticket, a flight ticket. And you can add domestic segments to an international flight route for some passengers using this option. You can assign passengers to the accommodation contracts. These are the contracts created with the vendors regarding the stay and food in the hotel. And this will be covered shortly in this video, roughly. You can hear, sorry, it's a pop-up in my computer. I'm sorry for that. You can hear, it's not related to the application, by the way. You can assign the passengers to the licenses that you have. So if you have multi-licenses in your travel agency, you can assign to fill the license up. You can assign different passengers to this license. That will reflect to reporting and print out in Saudi Arabia, hotel occupation list, etc. You can mark the visa as granted for passengers when it is, or mark it as denied when you receive a denial. You can as well deliver Hajj kit to the passenger. These are all the operations that you perform regarding your application. And in all of them, the cost and the accounting will be calculated automatically. You don't need to care or to worry about the effect of these actions on the account. Go to the next button. Now it's a button, it's not a drop down list. The services, where you define all the services that you provide in the Hajj season. And for each service, you define how much it costs and what currency it uses. And is it per person? Is it per child? Is it per application? Is it per night? Is it whatever? Lots of features are there in services. And again, services will be covered in a separate video. The flight route. What is a flight route? Flight route basically is a contract with an airline tickets provider where you have that contract at the beginning of the season. And in each flight route, you define the segments, when to arrive, and what is the source and destination, and when to fly and when to arrive, and how much it costs, and this kind of information. So you define it once. And in order to uh, enter the flight route of a passenger, all what you need to do is to select one of those routes. It's just a mouse click. Now, and again, this will be explained in a separate video. Now, what is the package? The next button is a package. The package is actually what you sell, is your program, your package. The package is composed of predefined stay in predefined hotels for predefined days. It is it contains the cost for single room, double room, triple room, quad, and penta rooms. So it is basically defining your stock items that you sell. And in this form, there is a very rich package calculator that will allow you, based on your expected, your estimation of the overhead, it will allow you to price the package given certain profit that you define. Next, it's a drop down menu. This menu is simply to uh, co collectively synchronize your data with other data that you may be getting from other systems like Hajj Soft, or you may have them in uh, uh, output of Hajj Soft like the MOFA and eVisa, or you may have them as pictures, enhanced pictures that you copied in a certain location in your server. So you can collectively say this passenger, and that passenger, import their related data from any one of those. And this is a very handy tool. Again, this will be targeted by few separate videos. Accommodation, it's a drop down menu as well, and it allows you to define the hotels. Actually, the hotels are defined once per life. It's a very low frequency change. And you can define the tents and their cost, their bed price, etc. Every season. You can as well define your accommodation contracts uh, every season. And again, remember that these accommodation contracts are the ones that we used here. So that's all about accommodation. Now, queries is basically user-defined queries. It's very rich. You can define any shape of report and query, and you can export it to Excel. This is very useful to create your own reports, your own way, your own terminal, your own sorting, your own headers. It's full control on your queries. And that will be, again, targeted by a very rich separate video. Printing, all types of printing, whether you want to print passport size images from files, or you print plastic cards, labels, mailing labels, or stickers, or reports. And this is very rich menu. Will take several videos to explain separate videos. Sub-agents are those entities who bring you customers and work with you on a commission basis. To maintain them completely, you use this. Maintaining them means uh, checking or managing their accounting, sending them emails, saving their documents, etc. Accounting menu, it's a submenu where you have all actions about accounting rather than the application accounting, which is taken care completely, is taken care of completely in application. So these accounting are other actions that are not directly related to a specific application. Mainly here you have the vendor accounting, whether you do vendor payment, credit notes, refund, sub-agent accounting, same way, transfer between branches if you have multi-branches, estimating season overhead costs if you enable accounting, or you can here enable or disable the full account expenses as well. Mobile submenu is a menu to manage the subscription in the mobile application for different passengers. It takes care of all the subscription and communication with those passengers. It will be targeted for different in different. To do master is a way that allow you to define steps that you need the company to follow automatically, and being reminded by created reminders which are automatically created for each application. So it's a way to cast your work. For example, you can say, uh, uh, we need 30 days before due day is arriving day to Saudi Arabia. 30 days before that, we need a final payment, and so on. You need to send an email, for example, a welcome email before the due day by an amount of days. So you define these rules, and the system will force you by reminders, creating automatic reminders on due time to cast you in these steps, and this is optional. If you don't want to create it, it's fine, but I would highly recommend that you use it. It's a great feature. Now, this submenu is talking about the season, and here you can define the seasons, open a new season, close the old season. And here you can do a full accounting analysis and profit and loss for the whole season. This is a very big option, and it will be targeted in a big separate uh, video. And here there is a how to start menu, but you like this, it's a set of videos, YouTube videos, that will guide you through what is the logical step to follow in order to utilize the system in full. If you look here, you can find list of seasons. It's defaulted to the current season, and you can move to any other season here. You can select it. But obviously, if you go to a previous season, the whole system will be in read only. You will not be able to change data, but you're welcome to see all the data in any season. From this, as a final uh, say, I would advise you, it makes sense that the normal process to start working on Hajj application is to create services, because you will use them in packages. In defining the package, you will refer to services. So you start with services, you define the packages, you define the flight routes. If you are in full accounting, you define these. Hotels are already out of the box, but you can define the tent management agreements and the accommodation contracts. And after you define, obviously you have to define once per life all your sub agents. And once you define all these, again, they are services, packages, flight routes per season, and accommodation, contract, and tent. Once you define all of these per season, you are absolutely ready to enter the daily work, which is in the application and operation. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue watching all the help videos, tutorials. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.